Hey, my name is Cassandra. I'm just trying to get the footage just a little bit adjusted. So just a little bit about me is I'm a fitness educator. I know how to teach spin. I know how to teach yoga. I could pretty much teach any probably fitness class, honestly. I've been working out since I was 14 years old, from step aerobics to floor aerobics to Zumba. It's just a long list of fitness, okay? Now, my journey with fitness, I've worked with the best instructors in the world. I'm not joking you about this. My local instructors here in this small town are better than any instructors that I've ever partaked in a class in Colorado Springs, in Virginia Beach, anywhere in the world are located here where I live. Not only did I take classes from the best, but I've also learned from the best, such as Baron Baptiste himself. I just really want to put that into your peripheral, meaning you want to learn from the best. Not because she looks cool, but you want to get with someone who's going to hold you accountable, who embodies fitness, like Jillian Michaels, right? Who is like Dolvet, who holds space for you to be powerful in your practice, because fitness is a practice. Doesn't matter if it's a spin class or a yoga class, it's a practice. Today I want to talk a little bit about kickboxing though. Okay, because I'm a yoga instructor as my primary. However, I can teach other things because I've taken other things. So right now I'm just going to stretch a little, which is your first step sometimes in warming up. You want to stretch a little, right? You want to warm your class up. Warm them up. We're not going to do a whole class here. I'm teaching you how to teach a class. The first part of your class is warming your class up. You may be asking yourself, well, why wouldn't you just teach me a class? Well, guess what? I'm only one person and I need you teaching classes. You need to teach classes because you're better than teaching classes than those people. Not only are you holding space, but you're really good at body work, okay? If your teacher is embodying the work, then you're going to embody the work too. If your teacher has bad form, then you're going to have bad form, unless you have your own foundational piece around fitness, which is always a grounded access point of learning how to be in your legs and your feet, and then knowing alignment cues, which is why Baptiste is your foundational piece around fitness. So the first part of your class is about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of a lower to moderate range. You can take your whole class at moderate range too. You don't have to kill your class every time you teach a class. You want to listen, you want to look, listen, and give tools. Sometimes it's just in the energy space, and sometimes you drag them along and you hold space for them. We're going to talk a little bit about some movements of boxing. Jab is straight, cross, cross, hook, 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 jab, jab. Cross, cross, uppercut, uppercut. Watch me, uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. You see my muscles, right? Uppercut, uppercut, jab, 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 jab. Cross, 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 jab, 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 jab. Always having your hands in front of your face. Grounding down, activating your core. Bob and weave. You literally, from this, what I'm teaching you here, speed bag, can create a whole class from just this. Jab, jab, cross, cross. You know squats. Squat, kick, squat, kick. Kick, back kick. Kick to the front, kick to the back. Kick to the back, other leg. Kick to the front, other leg. That little bit I just showed you, you then create a routine for 35 minutes. Combinations. Most people in the beginning especially will need to write it down. There's also the cross kick. Cross kick, 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 front kick, cross kick, front kick. I'm already breathless. You can even add in some floor aerobics. Where do you learn this? You watch other people. It's not stolen because it's already been done before. It's all the same. The whole class. Usually when you're working a class, you want to have a lower body work and some upper body work. A little bit of abs and then a cool down. The patience in the game is the repetitions. Okay, so you want to kind of have a mathematical, repetitive movement of your class. So it's like, we're going to do 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Cross hook, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ground down like earth. 14, 15, 16, cross hook. So the class is a little bit educational, meaning you're going to say, we're going to do 8, especially if you have some new, you want to call it the new beginner, what is that, a beginner class. In the beginner class, you're not going to have them jumping around like crazy. Jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? You can have them in lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I forget what this one's called. It's like the jab, jab, jab. Fast jab. Speed bag. Reverse speed bag. Reverse speed bag. Speed bag forward. Speed bag to the right. Speed bag to the left. Speed bag in a squat. It's all a game. It's a game, y'all. It's the game of fitness. Like playtime when you were a kid, which is what a lot of people have missed out on in fitness at this time. Because they think that it's all about looking cool. Yeah, look at me, I look cute in my outfit. This outfit is super cute, isn't it? But the instructor, if they make it about themselves, ruins it all for the whole room. It literally is like a football team in the instruction room of everybody working together in energy. Meaning the instructor should not be having to generate the energy for the entire room, the whole class. which is what is going on at this time. But however, the instructor isn't even generating shit except for, look at how sexy I am. Okay, now everybody, yeah, like, let's pound it out. Boom, 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 boom. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then you're like, okay. I mean, there hasn't been a class that I've taken in many years that inspires me at all. We're looking at Alice moving her. Good job, Alice. Okay, so we got our beginner aspect of class, which lasts about 5 to 10 minutes. A little bit of stretching if you want, or you can just really take them into warming up. Step, 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 step. You access a lot of empowerment too from the music you're using, right? So Les Mills is an organization that you pay into, which allows you to utilize music. However, most of us use music anyway, but what I like about Les Mills is they attach a routine to it. However, if you attach to a Les Mills, you have to pay Les Mills, which is fine, but then you have to learn someone else's routine. So you take your class on a journey to empower themselves through warm up, the body of the program, which is an hour long, and then you ab them out. You can slow them down at the end by doing some, what is it called? So it's like you do cardio and then strength training, a little strength training at the end with like a lunge, you know? I mean, the fact you can get so creative with your fitness because you'll start reading magazines and then you'll incorporate the magazine into your class attached to the music, and it really becomes inspiring. Meaning people look forward to coming to your class because you're a positive light in their life. They've had a rough day at work and they come to your class to relieve stress. Yoga class is a little bit different than a fitness class because a yoga class is really working through stuck energy. Whereas a fitness class, you're bouncing around. And sometimes you feel like bouncing around, and that's cool. But the real work comes in when you can hold a crescent lunge and learn to activate everything. That's why I'm telling you about this aspect in attachment to yoga, is because the yoga movement attaches to all your fitness workouts. Even right now, as I'm in a lunge, you can lunge, right? But I'm activating from the skin to the muscle to the bone. I'm hugging in. I'm creating an inner fire. I'm softening like air, and all the things for the building blocks to create an empowering workout experience for yourself. Not to mention, and you're going to go to your yoga practice and you're going to break up the energy that's stuck. Let's see, what else can I say about that? Let's see. And a lot of people are just really disempowered around fitness right now. It's another reason why I'm making this video. Because I want you to know that the way that the government is working us over is they don't want us to work out. And you know, those of you who have had great fitness experiences. Hang on. Hang on, Alice, move. Those of you who have had empowering times in fitness know that fitness just doesn't feel the same right now. It's because the government has put subliminal messages and social media influencers are attempting to destroy you millennial generation, and they're lazy too. They're literally teaching you how to hump the couch as a workout routine and telling you that you're going to get fit that way. Women prefer fitness instruction as a collective, like a community. Planet Fitness destroyed that for us, which is beautiful in this moment as we evolve, because now it's $10 to join, and you can attach yourself to a yoga studio, which have also expanded into other routines and workouts. Meaning you can go to a yoga studio and oftentimes you'll get a kickboxing class, Baptiste yoga. You'll also get a strength training class. So it's like, it's all optional to the person who owns their studio, right? But it's an expansion of where we are in fitness. What else do I want to tell you about that? I have to say the best combination that I've seen with having a yoga center, a spin group would be as a place where everyone knows. Well, Villa Sport was my favorite, but Lifetime Fitness as a comparison to Villa Sport, because Villa Sport hasn't expanded yet. However, I'm hoping that you do. I prefer Villa Sport to Lifetime Fitness. However, I prefer Lifetime Fitness Cafe over Villa Sport Cafe. So I have preferences on different gyms that I've been to. I like the Gold's Gym. However, it is a meathead gym. I prefer Gold's Gym over 24-hour fitness. And there ain't nothing I like about 24-hour fitness. Not even the times. And then I forget the one that was bought out in Virginia Beach. I didn't like that one at all either. So if you don't have a gym that you feel comfortable in, you're not going to create the results that you want unless you battle it. Or find a place that you feel safe. Because safety is so important. Meaning at Villa Sport, I never had anybody come up to me and interrupt me during my bodybuilding competition training. I literally was laser eye focused, right? And I didn't even notice if anybody looked at me. And I was looking hot. I still look hot. However, at Lifetime Fitness, I had a protector, Terry, because he worked out there. And I also always had like a person that I attached myself to who was also up to fitness. I hope I see him today. We didn't work out together. We barely said hi. However, I hope I see him today. Hey, how's it going? How's your workout going? Talk, 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 talk. Too much talking. Focus, work. What works best also, I do believe, is having a little book, a routine, which is what James Wilson will be for, and center, with you writing in your notebook how much your weight is that you're lifting. Mine was like chicken scratch. But it was also a way to hold myself accountable to continue on with my bodybuilding. So I created a schedule around my workouts, including my nutrition. And this right here, what you're seeing in transformation, is confidence brought on by Baptiste yoga alone. Meaning when you go through this phase in life where you build muscle 20s and 30s-ish. And if you really focus on it, you can really develop some strong, like, roundedness of your muscles, which is really kind of what everybody wants, rounded. Like, I love shoulders that are rounded. I love this aspect of my whole body right here. It's my favorite. I actually really love everything about my body, but that's like always been my favorite. But then you want to teeter off a little when you get a little older, because you don't want to be lifting. I don't know how or why. This does not serve me at all. So this is y'all's discretion. But the people that lift the 100 pounds squats, no thanks. I love my knees. I'm going to keep my knees. And I prefer actually not to do any weighted squats except for maybe 20 pounds. I can actually do 20 pounds this way, and then I can only do 20 on my legs. And you're supposed to have the biggest the biggest muscles in the body are in the legs. And I'm like, I can't barely get this 50 pounds up, and I can only do 8. So do you see that? The orientation of the gym in evolution. The first step is really, if you're nervous, is to take a class by somebody who's up to good stuff. I literally just gave you a layout. You could go right now if you're educated in fitness and create an hour-long fitness routine, add music in the back. You take a couple Baptiste practices, you take a yoga teacher training, you're ready to go. I'm not kidding you. Different workouts, same thing. And maybe I'm like overstepping to where I feel like you're already evolved to it. But you have to practice to teach in order to teach. So you're probably going to suck in the beginning. But the best teachers I have had, I remember one chick in particular, I'm like, dang, her class sucked. Literally like her first and second class. And then I'm like, when am I going to take her class? Because it's really good. It's the evolution of your teacher becoming a teacher. So it's holding the space for someone to be able to step into the role, and you, especially if they've got the physique that you like. What else am I going to say? Because everybody should be able to have access to looking like this. To feeling how they want to feel. Is there anything else I want to tell you? That's a mini lesson in fitness. It's really standard. I mean, this is only a 24-minute video on me discussing empowerment around fitness. And they create how do I know? It's because I went from extremely empowered to extremely disempowered, and I know it wasn't me. It was not me. It's literally like sandbags in your feet. And guess who still worked out even though I didn't want to? Walking. And I still walk because I like being out in nature and I like listening to music. The other thing is you want to see what fills your soul up. What fills your soul up? It's interesting because I'm teaching you about fitness and they're trying to show you my little love handles right here. This is how they operate. This is how they get you to stay out of the gym. And then my little triceps. I look hot. Look how cute that is. Look how cute that is. And look what, guess what? You're going to be able to watch it evolve to where it gets hard and tight again. Because this came from drinking soda and eating hell of a dip. Just to let y'all know. And I'm still only 123 pounds. So it's really something to be in perspective of for yourself on how the masses attempt to mind manipulate you in a game of whatever game they're playing. Because if you're a twig with no muscle tone, you ain't teaching me shit. You hear me? If you're a yoga teacher who looks like a twig and who all she does is get her fucking eyebrows done, you ain't teaching me shit. You really want to take a look at what you're learning and who you're learning it from. Consider the source. Consider what they're up to. Consider how they look. Yeah, I'm so sexy. Look at me. Well, guess what, bitch? I'm sexy too. Not to mention, I'm grounded in who I am. I have confidence, and I'm very educated. And that's how you have to battle them. And I mean collectively as a class. If you show up in a class and she's a psycho, then you as a class behind her back, you say, that class sucked. And then none of you show up again. However, the mind manipulation game will be, she's great. And then everybody shows up to the class. Because they what? And then all of a sudden they've got multiples of that one running around like we do in Brunswick here from Encore Yoga. A detriment to society has been the evolution of what the yoga business has become. Another reason that I don't keep my mouth shut, because I know real shit. However, y'all are too afraid to say it. Because that's how demonic they are. And that even goes within my own circle of yoga community, by the way. Talk about lashing out at one another over dumb ass shit. However, some of those people just plain evil, especially since I told them that I'm married to Baron Baptiste. You ain't never touching him, ladies. You married. Literally in baby or happy baby, and their legs are spread, daydreaming about what it would be like. I'm like, I never did any of that stuff in my class. I never, ever, ever violated any person that came into my class, even if they were handsome. Even if their wife was sitting next to them, I never violated them. I always tried to empower them in their moment as they did wheel. That's on you. I'm a professional. I work with male doctors all day long. Never once did I cross the line with a doctor. Never once with a patient until the patient crossed the line. And then I had to put him in his place. I'm sorry, but I don't date patients. You want to get that when you're experiencing a fitness class, is that it's for empowerment of humanity, especially in a vulnerable space like a yoga practice. You're like, how come it's all women? Well, because all these women are psycho sluts out to get laid. And in the beginning, the man thinks it's super cool until it doesn't stop and you're in a teacher training. And it's like, well, shit, I'm not being vulnerable in front of this shit. Oh, your daddy did what? Oh. I hope you see where I'm going with this, gentlemen. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna yoga practice. Warrior 2. Oh. Are you kidding me right now? No, bitch, I'm here to actually get something for me. Because we got a lot of codependent millennial hoes running around here. Let me look like this. Ooh, I'm so cute in my yoga pants. Lululemon. I work for Lululemon. I only work here because I want free clothes. And then I sell them on the internet. Yeah, and then rich people come in here and I try to steal their husbands. Not to mention it's all toxic in the space because they left landmark. However, it was still toxic in the space and they started using the work for evil. I mean, this just gets worse and worse and worse, doesn't it? Meanwhile, the rest of you are running around acting be kind. Be kind movement. Be kind, everybody. Oh, you mean you only want us to be kind to the rich people? When they have nothing to educate or offer us because they've done no work except for wear Lululemon pants. Don't get me started on what happened with Africa Yoga Project. On how our African yoga teachers come to America and are rallied around the studio like clowns and then expected to perform the whole time they're there for the money's sake of the person that owns the studio, and then are given very little except for fluffing of ass, which is super awkward for them. Is there anything else I want to tell them? Yeah, I was going to tell you that I've never had a spin class that's any good. Except for, not Eileen's, except for Lawanda's. Excuse me, except for Lawanda's, Michelle's class is pretty good. And then, well, Brunswick classes. That's it. The rest of y'all just fucking suck. Anybody who goes to a cycle bar class, y'all's classes suck. Just to let you know. There's only one girl that I remember and it was decent. It wasn't great. So I'm going to let you know that y'all's fitness creation that you created in the last few years has like no possibility for success for people. But I think that's what you're counting on. Only the skinny survive. But guess who used to be fat? That would be me. Look how hot I look because I battled your asses. And you can too, ladies. You can battle their asses. And then you look hotter than them because guess what? Because you actually have a heart inside you and they got nothing but stone. Because beauty didn't come from the outside, it comes from the inside and it radiates out. Expand from the inside out, yo. Don't you worry, we'll be practicing yoga again today and then doing some more movement in flip to move some of this toxic energy that's been created as I tear your tower down. Because you better fucking believe that this fitness tower that I got is stronger than all y'all's fitness towers put together. Having done a marathon, a half marathon, a 5K, a 10K, a triathlon. What else? What's that thing? The avalanche thing at Disney. An obstacle course. Oh yeah, a mud run. Forgot about that one. Not to mention my bodybuilding show, my hours of yoga practice that ain't fucking easy. I would say the yoga practice is even harder than the bodybuilding show. That's how crazy that is, isn't it? What else? Oh yeah, all my hours of fitness, just all of it. And one little pinky, I have more talent in fitness than you do in your whole body. Not to mention I'm upbeat, I'm loving, I'm caring, and I'm fun. And I don't let you play around either, which makes for an even better fitness instructor. Meaning I got expectations. Call it a drill sergeant. Call it I care. Call it someone who doesn't put up with a whiny little bitch. That's funny. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got the beginning of a class. We've got the seduction of a class. Please. Although I will tell you that that is actually how all the yoga teachers are operating at this time. I'll give you an example. Take your hands up to the sky and see the beauty that's all around you. It's beautiful. Look at me, I'm beautiful. Actually, that's even better. That's actually better than what they do. I mean, that's not seduction. I'm actually kind of doing empowerment work. I have a hard time with the seduction. It's like a little, it's hard to know seduction when you're an empowered teacher. It's like, there's a place in France where the naked ladies dance. Bring your, it's a little like this. Bring your hands up to the sky and expand its energy. You will love me and you will sleep with me and you will la 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 la. No thanks. No, you get your ass on the mat. We're going to practice. We're going to do some shit. Bitch. Anyway. Yeah, they just tried to squeeze my middle finger. Yeah, you go ahead and say F you. Guess what? Do you, foo? That's the funny part. It's don't try hard, try easy. Don't try hard, try easy, yo. Give up what you must. Come to your mat just as you are. So you're basically beating your instructor up because of your own insecurities and lack of self-awareness. Give me 5 more. Well, give me what you can. Come into child's pose, which is what child's pose is for. Well, I have an injury and it's this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. I don't give a fuck. Why are you here? Modify it. If that's all you have today, that's all you have today. I need you in child's pose then. I need you holding strong space, not weak ass shit. You should have taken my Sunday class I used to teach. It was pretty powerful, I'd say. It's the busiest class of the week, that's for sure. However, I was the villain. It's an interesting concept to think that you're the one that's actually the problem. Excuses, 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 excuses. Anywho, just trying to do some cleanup crew with a current friend of mine who consistently tried to make me wrong for everything I did. Part of the problem of why I was so disempowered, by the way. Consider that not all your friends are up to what they say they're up to in the moment they say they're up to that thing they're up to. However, they taught you more than anyone else on the planet. However, they got lost too. That's when you want to figure out whether it's worth repairing or if it's worth your time. And that becomes the empowerment phase of the journey into power. And then you do more yoga. Do you see how everything I talk of always goes back to the foundational pieces of a yoga practice? I mean, I haven't even stepped onto the mat yet, yo. but I'm literally teaching you Baptiste yoga in another form of yoga. Principles of Baptiste, all present. It's how I did the bodybuilding show. I promise you that. Planning, routine, accountability, yoga practice, bodybuilding show. See, most people who do bodybuilding, why it's such a bad thing is because they're stone cold inside. They fall more in love with the weights than they do with humanity. However, I was the exception to that rule. And I even stood on the stage as a little lesson for y'all. I stood up there. Look at me. Look how pretty I am. Look at how gorgeous I am. I love you. Look at the judges. Look at the judges. No one taught me that, by the way. Look at how beautiful I am. Look at me. I'm going to win. Saying this in my mind. Look at me. Look how pretty I am. Oh, I love myself. It's so beautiful. I love myself. Yeah, this is fun. I love it. Woo! Yeah! 2 classes, 4th place. Satisfied. I probably could have gone pro, but I didn't want to look like that. I don't like the way the bikinis look. I don't really actually like the way a lot of those bodybuilders' bodies get to. Just to let y'all know. I like this physique, but toned. And if you don't know this, when you're doing a bodybuilding show, you contour yourselves. You contour yourself. You fluff out to lean out. And the lean out in the part at the very, very end is the toughest part. It's the most dangerous part too, I would say. So you have to be careful, you follow routine, and you listen to your body. And the reverse out process is just important as the lean out phase. Because I didn't do a proper phase out, like a reverse out, and it left me in a really confused state of mind. Because you watch a lot of people say, well, I'm going to go have a burger and this and that. Well, they also cheated the whole time they were on their plan. And I didn't ever cheat. And so in my mind, I was being brainwashed when I was in a delicate state. And I was in a room with 2 chicks who all they did was watch the Food Network. It brings me to the story of introducing sugar into my diet, of a Starbucks coffee and a brownie that was made by the coach. And introducing it through a nibble, I could feel the sugar running through my veins. And when I was leaning out, I was eating oatmeal at night, which that's actually considered cheating, but however, it really wasn't. But every time I would eat the oatmeal, I could feel the carbohydrates from the oats, which is sugar, tinkling through my veins, and my veins would pop. Science. Fitness and nutrition are science. You have to have a mind-body connection and motivation to push yourself forward to get where you want to get. Mirror work every night. Practicing. Dancing. I would dance. Mirror work. You don't even have to say anything to the mirror. You just tell yourself how great you are. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Love myself. Look how pretty I look. Photo. 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 Post a photo. Get a response. The response is usually jealousy. Just to let y'all know, if you lose weight, you look hot. The ones that used to be your friends turn into your enemies. Except for the real ones. And then you really find out who your friends are, because they sure as hell ain't happy for you, although you worked your ass off to get there. And you invited them to come along for the ride, however they declined. Just to make note of that. So it's not, you definitely change, but you become empowered. Like it's a confidence thing. However, they don't change. And so it's a misfire unless they're willing to expand with you. It's an expansion of confidence. But they have a lot of fear attached, so you could have the compassion for it and be bothered by it, or you just don't bother with it. And it's personal. You got to figure out what's important to you, if that's relationship is one you want to save. I mean, even my sisters were a little kind of like distant from me for a while. And it is what it is, and they're worth it to me. Meaning I totally am compassionate in that, because I totally get it. Because I've been on that side also. It's called putting yourself in someone else's world. However, if they were here with me, she probably would have gone along on the ride with me. Or had seen how much work I put in to get there, and it would have been a different game, if you get what I'm saying? So it's all in circumstances, perspectives, understanding, experiences for what they're dealing with. But that can hinder your growth also, which is why we need to discuss, do it for yourself. Do it for you. Compassion for them. See what works in the sense of, is that somebody you want to have in your life? And then you'll have a blessing here and there where people will come along and they'll be happy, really authentically happy for you. And then they talk too much about it, like Zelda. This is my friend. Look, this is my friend. Oh my gosh. Really? Do you have to pull that out again? Noting that humility was always present. Hard work was also present also. And then the willingness to share the information, denied. There you have it. So I could talk to you for hours, I think, on fitness. And every time I tell this story, I'll add in a new aspect of the story, because there's a lot of different stories that come into my mindset of like moments of connecting to a weight. See, a lot of people don't have this thing that I have. Like Baron doesn't like to lift weights because he had bad experiences at the gym. But it is what it is. You know? I have had such a blessed life. A blessed life, y'all. And I've been around so many awesome people. And fitness has been my light of life, I guess. You know, some people have baseball cards. For me, it's always been the gym or the people in the gym. And there's lots of teachers and lots of good teachers to expand and explore. It's so interesting because you'll go to a Baron class and he'll teach you something. However, you'll go to a Cassandra class and Cassandra will teach you something. It's all body connection and perspective shifts. And it still baffles me as I sit here and express myself in assistance for you, how I'm still getting head hits from you. And punches in the face. And it doesn't faze me a bit. However, it creates the awareness game of how they're trying to hinder you into being healthy. And that is the most disappointing thing of all, considering I know what it used to be like in a group fitness class. And now it's like wild animals. And that's millennials' fault. And you still let them do whatever they want. Energetically. I mean, you didn't have to fucking say shit except for tell them what pieces of shit they are in your head. And then battle it. Wow, that's great. Wow, that's great. No, I won't be going to her class. No. Be kind. Piece of shit. No thanks. Oh, you better be ready for the return of what the retaliation is. When you can't become empowered by Baptiste yoga, it will not even faze you a bit. Look at how hot I am. I'm so glad I didn't take her class. I am so glad I did not take that bitch's class. I spend more time making the background than I do actually teaching the class. I spend more time doing my hair and makeup than I do planning and teaching my class. I spend more time creating the walls and this and that than actually creating valuable content. So instead I have to micromanage and manipulate people into believing certain things. And the world's on board with it. So I'll just stay over here in my little blank space box with the little hallway over here and keep getting fit while you go to that shit-ass class and do shit-ass workouts with that shit-ass teacher named Mona Van. So you keep on keeping on with your dumb-ass shit because we fucking tired of it. That was a channel from someone, I don't know who it was. I'm not sure when you're going to get tired of watching children get violated, the internet be violated, the Democrats act like fools and lie to us without saying a damn word. How many more times am I going to have to hashtag Baptiste Yoga? I hate hashtagging. Hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag Fox Nation. Hashtag Fox Nation, hashtag Gary, hashtag veefriends. Literally spends a week out of my life, maybe not a week, but maybe a couple hours out of my lifetime, or this out of a year, hashtagging your asses to get your fucking attention while you hanging out with Mona Van. Oh, look at me and how cute I am on my birthday. Look at me in my cute little outfit standing next to Mona Van. When I literally did more work today than you have in your whole fucking time with veefriends. And you know I'm being facetious because I know you worked your ass off, but that's bullshit. Oh, I like hanging out with her. Yeah, but you can make your fucking decision and move this shit forward. That goes for each and every one of you. How much more fucking information do you fucking need? Are you practicing yoga? Oh, do I have to do all the fucking work? I mean, literally, my content is the most powerful content on the fucking internet right now. And I don't give a shit about your humility conversation right now. My content has more education, more spiritual interaction, more community building, more everything. Beauty, empowerment, reminders, forward moving than anybody else's content out there right now. Honest. Yet here I am talking to a camera in an empty room doing a podcast by myself again. However, I've reached out to each one of you stating factual information while you let trash heaps come on your show like Betty. Hi, my name's Betty, and I got a NFT project, and it's called Dead Fellas. And the bitch still gets glorified. If I have to watch one more fucking news report about y'all's fake ass shit, man, looking at y'all, no matter who you fucking are, unless you're Tucker Carlson, unless you're Sean Hannity, unless you're Jesse Waters, the rest of you are fake as fuck. The difference between you and me is I'm actually a real person. And y'all fake as fuck. Well, today on the brainwash you. I'm wondering when we as American citizens or United States or globe are going to get some peace. You frickin' fool Iranian fuckfaces. Shoot them. They are Taliban members initiated by the Monavans. Look how beautiful I am. Look at how beautiful I am. I want my regime back. I can promise you this, Gary Vaynerchuk. If you pick me, you will be the king of Iran. Yeah, I don't think so. Because you sure as hell ain't no queen. That's for fucking sure. Oh, she said my name on TV. Yeah, y'all have a warped sense of mind frame at this time. Meaning you all of you lost touch with reality. You all have lost touch with reality. And the purpose of this video is to let you know that the number one way to get back into reality is to start doing some exercise. Most of you in your motivational speaking stand there and fluff ass. Fluff ass, fluff ass, fluff. Okay, now what do? Just fluff more ass? Now this is movement of energy. I'm going to go fluff my ass and go get worked out. If you know what I mean, Gary.